Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravanika Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pachachadi Satarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srimad Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Radha Shama Sundara Radha, Jai Radha Shama Sundara Radha, Jai Krishna Balaram, 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 Jai Jagannatha, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Jagannatha, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमदे चरणां प्रपदे नरसिंहमदे चरणां प्रपदे तव कर कमल अद्भुत शृंगार ललिता हिरण्यकशिपो तन भृंगा केशवद्रेता नरहरि रूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तप कर कमल बरे नाका अद्भुत शृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृंगा केशवद्रेता नरहरि रूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जया नरसिंहदे जय नरसिंहदे जय नरसिंहदे जय नरसिंहदे जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज श्री नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्त श्रवण प्रहलाद महाराज की जय एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शतस्वी श्रीमद दिव्यांगे शेषी भक्ति वेदांत सांस्कृतिक की जय एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शतस्वी श्रीमद दिव्यांगे श्री भक्त सिद्धांत श्री ठाकुर गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय नमाचार्य सरदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय ब्रजभुवन श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगमय यमुनामय की जय भक्त देव तुलसी महारानी की जय सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय ताय गौर प्रमानंदे हरि हरि वो Allori symbol devotees, Hare Krishna. Allori symbol devotees, Hare Krishna. Allori symbol devotees, Hare Krishna. Allori Shri Guru and Shri Guranga. Upas ki jai. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Sri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ram Namaste Saraswati Deve गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाश्चात्य देशतारणे. Thank you very much for joining. जय राधा माधवा कुंजा बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंजा बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी सोदनंदन व्रजजनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रजजनरंजन यमुनतीरा वनचारी यमुनतीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंजा बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रजजनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी राधा माधवा कुंजा विहारी हे गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदना ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी राधा माधवा कुंजा विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे हरि ओम तत्सत Hare Krishna. We are reading from Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 18, verse number 78. The last verse of Bhagavad-Gita, very important one. We discussed part 1 last week, so we will continue today and then we will conclude it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet nasta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Okay, we're reading from Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 18, verse number 78. Yatra yogeshvara Krishna, yatra pardo dhanordaraha, tatra srir vijayo bhutir, dhruva nitir matir mama. Yatra yogeshvara Krishna, yatra pardo dhanordaraha, tatra srir vijayo bhutir, dhruva nitir matir mama. Yatra yogeshvara Krishna, yatra pardo dhanordaraha, tatra srir vijayo bhutir, dhruva nitir matir mama. Word translation. Yatra, where Yoga Ishvaraha, the master of mysticism, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Yatra, where, Partha, the son of Pruta, Dhanurdharaha, the carrier of the bow and arrow, Tatra, there, Sri, opulence, Vijaya, victory, Bhuti, exceptional power, Dhruva, certain, Niti, morality, Mate, mama, my opinion. Translation by Juvenges, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shubhapad, Shubhapad Vijay. Whenever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Please repeat. Whenever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and whenever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. I'll try to understand verse. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Panghum Langete Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Denatarinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanyeswaram. Thank you very much for joining. Being a summer day, you all given your time for Krishna. May Krishna give you intelligence and strength to continue to focus in this life and attain the goal, Krishna Matirastu, and protect everyone from this virus and this situation, all the living entities, especially devotees and those who are in the front lines. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here in this verse, Sanjaya is speaking. As Bhagavad-Gita begins with Dhritarashtra asking the question, Dhritarashtra vacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yutsa mamaka pandavascheva kim akurvata Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya, his secretary, his charioteer, driver, when they assembled my sons and my Pandu's sons, when they assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Dharma Kshetra, what did they do? So that was the question. Now, so in many couple of verses are there for Sanjaya. In the beginning, first chapter is there, and in between also second chapter some verses are there. In between Bhagavad-Gita, in between chapters also there are few verses for Sanjaya here and there. And then now the Sanjaya is speaking last few verses of Bhagavad-Gita. 18th chapter ended actually by verse number 71 or so. From 72 onward it's Falasruti, and then the concluding words, Krishna is asking Arjuna whether you understood everything, everything without any illusion, all your doubts are removed. And then Arjuna concludes saying and confirms that he has removed his doubts and everything, whatever doubts he has in the beginning of Bhagavad-Gita, all those were removed, and he is ready to do whatever Krishna says. Nastamoha smritir labdata prasadat mayachut. Karishye vachanam tava. I will do as you say. Then now Sanjaya is concluding the Bhagavad Gita with this verse. Sanjaya vacha etra yogeswara Krishno etra pardho dhanurdhara. So let's understand. First one is Yogeshwara. Krishna is called Yogeshwara, the master of all the mystics. So this means Lord Krishna has so many opulences, and so in the Shastra it is mentioned in Vedic knowledge, the ordinary living entity has 72%, 72% mystic powers, but very limited. That also not now in the conditioned state, that also we don't have that 72%. 72%. But the Brahma is the highest living entity in this material universe. He has full. He has 72% full in minute quantity. That's what we have, minute quantity. Jiva can never have full. And then it is explained Lord Shiva has 85% mystic power. So to some extent. Then Lord Narayan has, I think, 94% or so. And Krishna has 100% in full. So this is the Shastra is explaining. So last time we saw that the mystic power on the battlefield of Kurukshetra when Jayadratha, Arjuna killed Jayadratha. How Lord Krishna by his power he has created a sunset, temporary sunset. And then immediately everybody was on the Kaurava side rejoicing. Seeing the sunset, Arjuna lost the game because Arjuna has bet that Jayadratha, if he cannot kill Jayadratha by the end of sunset, then he will kill himself. He will do suicide. So they were ready for that. All the Kauravas side, Duryodhana. So he came out from all the Vyuha, came out, and then Krishna has indicated to Arjuna, time is up, now sun is rising. It is just by my power I have created. Then Arjuna understood immediately, took an arrow and shoot it. And Krishna also gave indication that head must fall on his father's lap. Otherwise you will be killed also. Because if it falls down, he has a boon. So anyways, in that way, Arjuna was able to kill Jayadratha by keeping all the promises of the sages and Lord Shiva, whoever he got. And then by Lord Krishna's mercy of the mystic power, Arjuna was saved, devotee was saved. That is what we discussed. Now today we can see that how so many mystic powers. When Lord Krishna was there, 11 years or so he was there in Gokul, in Vrindavan. Initially he was born in Mathura. First of all, there itself we can see the mystic power. When he was born, he was not born just like ordinary boy. He was born with a 4-handed palm with all the jewels and everything. So 4-handed palm, Narayana form. From the womb of Mother Devaki and Vasudeva in the prison house. In the prison, they were put in prison by Kamsa. So then Devaki and Vasudeva prayed, please transform yourself into ordinary boy. Then Lord Krishna transformed himself. Then everybody was fully asleep. All the gates were open, all the chains were broken. That way, so we all know that story. So Lord Krishna was taken in this way. Was taken from there to where Nanda and Yashoda residing, Gokul. So that's where Lord was taken by Vasudeva, his own father. In this way. But so after that, so 11 years or so he was there. And then he came to kill Kamsa, and then that was Mathura. He was there and he killed Kamsa. So then what happened? So how this, by Lord Krishna's mystic power, how Dwaraka was created. Dwaraka was created, so nobody in this whole world, material, spiritual, nobody else can do this. Such a mystic power. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam and in other places, in Padma Purana and other places also. So Lord Krishna, so when the Kamsa was killed, his wife, two wives, the two wives of Kamsa was crying, and then they went to Jarasandha and told, this is what happened, then you should do something, because Jarasandha is always envious to kill Krishna, to fight against Krishna. He doesn't believe that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead or God. So in that way, so then Jarasandha immediately took upon himself, anyway he has an envious nature, to fight or kill Krishna. So then on top of this, Kamsa's wives has told, then immediately Jarasandha came his army, so much, huge army. So his battalion came to fight, not one time, 17 times. Lord Krishna alone fought Jarasandha, all his army was annihilated, and then Balaram was there also. Then he told Balaram, Balaram captured him Jarasandha. He told, no, leave him, because he is going to bring all, because the reason I appeared, one of the reasons also to annihilate all the miscreants who are creating so much burden for this earth. So let me kill all of them. So if we kill now, then still there are so many of his associates, his other kings who are in the same category. So let him bring whoever is the whole world, let him bring all the unwanted kings who are creating burden. So let them be killed at one shot. So in that way, so he was left. So 17 times he came, and 17 times he was defeated by Lord Krishna. So then he also went back and he did also tapasya also. Then now the 18th time when he came, he is about to come. That time, even there is another king. There is it is mentioned Gargeya. Gargeya was somehow his bodily formation and his condition was not so great. So then these Yadavas were laughing by seeing at him, looking at him. He laughed. Then he was so much became infuriated, upset, distressed. Then he went and did a penance, and he got a boon from Lord Shiva that so whoever my son, the personality whom I am going to born from me, he can really can kill almost this, so can put Yadavas at check. So that was the boon he got from Lord Shiva, from the Garge. So then Gargeya's son was Kalayavana, Kalayavana. So he is the one. So at the same time, so the both Kalayavana came with his army. So with his huge army, and he has also boon. So this is, and then Jarasandha is also coming with his army, 18th time. Both are coming, and then Krishna could understand, so Krishna could foresee the situation, because all of them, Mathura, a small place, 17 times he fought with Jarasandha, and then now there's two big armies. It's going to be, it will create a disturbance to the population, disturbance to the whole kingdom. So that's why he told Krishna, is telling Balram, so let's, so you be here, and then immediately he, with his mystic power, he created, it is mentioned that, Shastra is mentioning, Tattva Yoga Prabhavena Nitva Sarva Janam Hari Prajapalena Ramena Krishna Sam Anumantrita Padmamali Nirayuda. So Krishna, by his own power, he created a whole city of Dwaraka in the night. So everybody is sleeping. All the Madhuravas are sleeping. In dead of the night, they are all sleeping. By his own mystic power, he has created 100 miles, not just 1 or 2 feet, 100 miles distance, this huge city. Not ordinary city. Everything made, all the highways are there, the front roads are highways, just like in our places, even now. Main roads are, highways are there nearby, and then bypass roads are there, outskirts, the secondary roads are there, and then again the courtyards for all the houses are made of gold, everything, whatever needs to be there in the house, everything was there. So jewels and whatnot, so much opulent, all these houses, and every one of them in the Mathura was transported to that city. This is within the ocean. This city is not outside, 100-mile radius. We are thinking by looking at New York, whenever we go through the Lincoln Tunnel, Holland Tunnel, we think this is a great power. So, or we see some other things in the whole world, somewhere where there is a bridge being built or something, some underground places, like in Delhi we have underground shopping places, whatnot. This itself we see is a great wonder, because we have a limited conception. We think that itself is a great thing. But here the Supreme Lord has created by his mystic power, within a fraction of no time, within a fraction of minutes, So 100-mile radius, huge city, you can imagine 100 miles, that much city within the ocean. And then he transported all of them. As soon as they woke up in the morning, they were wondered what happened, where did we come, how did we come, how come this is so beautiful and so much gold and jewelries and bedecked with all the emeralds and whatnot. So they were so surprised, awestruck. So a beautiful description is there. So this is one of the mystic power of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That's why it's called Yogeswara, 100%, everything in full. And then he, not only that, in Dwaraka he expanded himself into, he married when he killed Narakasura, Manasura. They abducted 16,000, so many queens. So then all of them were put in like a prison, like a room. So then all of them prayed to Krishna to marry. So Krishna married, not only just one person. He expanded himself into 16,108. And he built 16,108 palaces. He expanded himself. And then he had 10 kids, each of them, and they have grandkids also. And then Narada Muni was wondering, surprised. He has heard that how Krishna has expanded and he married all of them. So he wants to see how Krishna is doing, what exactly. Is the same Krishna is there? Is he doing the same thing or how? He was wonderstruck. So he appears in Dwaraka. And then he was there with Krishna is there and Rukmini in one of the palace. Then when Narada Muni and then Krishna, he fully renounced, even though he is full of opulences, as the Bhagavan is mentioned. 6 opulences in full, as it is mentioned here. Wherever there is Krishna, wherever there is Arjuna, great devotee, there is full of opulence. Sri. Tatra Sri means full of opulence. Vijaya, victory, and Vibhuti means opulence, full of extraordinary power. And Niti, morality will be there. So, as you can see, so extraordinary opulence. 60,000 Dwaraka itself is like an opulence. So, Aishwarya Dham, Dwaraka is like Aishwarya. It's not in like a Vrindavan. Vrindavan is completely even at higher level. Much more, so that's a different rasa altogether. Here, this is more of a opulence, Dwaraka. So that's why he's a king. Dwarakadish temples we see. Krishna is a king. So here that's how when Narada Muni comes in, he's showing by his own example. He catches the feet of, even though he's a king, he's a great master, he's a Yogeshwara, but he catches the feet of Narada Muni and washes the feet of Narada Muni. And he gives his own seat, puts Narada Muni there, and then he washes his feet, he takes the water and puts on his head, and then gives him a comfortable seat, his own seat, and then he asks, so what was the reason, how can we serve you? So Krishna is showing all that, how to behave. So Dwaraka is, Acharyas are explaining, is behaving like a perfect human being, how to behave, a perfect king, how one should behave. So a perfect grihastha, how to receive guests, how to serve guests when guest walks in, whether devotee or non-devotee or parents, anybody walking into our home, how they should be received and respected, honored, served. So Krishna is showing by his own example, even though he is the supreme, he has all the powers, everything. But so he is showing by his own example, and especially Narada Muni is a great spiritual master. So how spiritual master must be regarded, and that aspect is also there. And then Narada Muni goes like this to each and every palace, and then he sees Krishna is doing different activities. Sometimes he's with his baby, sometimes with his wife, sometimes he's doing yajna, sometimes. So different activities at different places, not same activity. All 16,180 he expanded him. Vibhrama Vilas, Vaibhav Prakash. So that is one of the incarnation expansions of the Supreme Lord. He himself expanded his own into 16,108. Just like when he performed Rasalila also, he expanded himself and all with each and every gopi is there, Krishna. That is the mystic power of Krishna. So that is what here means Yogeshwara means. Yatra Yogeshwar Krishna, Yatra Pardo Dhanudhara. So, Yatra Pardo Dhanudhara. Wherever the Supreme Lord is there and wherever the devotee is there. So, what that does mean? Here, this chapter is titled Perfection of Renunciation. Supreme Lord is fully renounced. What it means is the living entity must understand. Prabhupada is explained that way, everything in different paragraphs, each topic, each point Prabhupada is explained in great detail. So the main points is conclusion of the Bhagavad-Gita. There are in couple of places Bhagavad-Gita is concluded in main important verses. One of them is chapter 3, verse number 30. And another place Prabhupada explains in the purport, this is the purpose of Bhagavad, this is the essence of Bhagavad-Gita, that verse. Same thing Prabhupada explains in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, the universal form, last verse of 11th chapter, 55. That also Prabhupada explains that this is the essence, the purpose of Bhagavad-Gita. And then again, in the opulence of the absolute 10th chapter, Chatushloki Bhagavad-Gita. So 8, 9, 10, 11, these 4 verses, it has all the details of the whole Bhagavad-Gita. So in this verse also, pretty much everything is there. That's why Prabhupada is explaining in great detail. So what that means, perfection of renunciation means, that means we must understand, we must have, first of all, have that full knowledge of the who we are, the living entity, because we are after this Sutamita Ramani. That means friends, sons and daughters and families, we are attached to them. That is good. But that attachment should be in relation with Krishna. Then that relation will be enhanced rather than getting into trouble, getting into angriness, frustration, all kinds of things. But when we understand in relation with Krishna, that relationship also gets enhanced, it gets transformed. So that we have to see. So that we are trying to get happiness on the platform of the body. We are seeing the Sutamita Ramani Samaj. So that's what we are seeing. Just like that is on the place of the platform of the body. As we can see, we have sometimes the coats or dresses of our father or friend somebody gives, but that coat is not the same person. We are not happy with the person. We cannot interact with that coat. The person is different and the coat is different. Same way, so we have to have an actual relationship with the Supreme Person, actual relationship with the soul, not the body, or the father, mother, or friends. When they pass away from this world, what is there, that relationship is cut already. Only this lifetime. Previous life, somebody else was father, somebody else was mother, somebody else was friend. So in this way, as in the river, things may come up for a fraction of moment together, and then again they disperse. Or while we are traveling, while going, we may meet people, then again we get dispersed. In this journey, this life journey is like that. In this life, certain people are coming together as a friends, as a family members. Again in the next life, somebody else, completely different souls are coming together. Whosoever the pious credits are matching, the combination, accordingly they appear in particular home, particular way, particular body, male or female, all those combinations, it's all karanam, gunasangas, saddasam, karmana, daiva netrena jantor devopavatte. So based on the guidance of the supreme divine intervention, based on the karma, what we have done, accordingly we are taking up these bodies, human body or different forms of body, and then appearing in different families, different places with a certain pious credits, impious credits. So that's why we have to understand that our original, who we are not this body, we are the spirit soul. That is the first fundamental understanding. That's what Prabhupada is explaining. Also the 5 subject matters. All these are concluded. This whole perfection of renunciation means first we should have a full knowledge. Knowledge must be there. That is the first and foremost aspect. So that's why chapter 3, verse number 30 is saying that Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetas nirasi nirmamo bhutva sanyasya vikata jvaraha. So adhyatma chetas, fully conscious of our position, our living entity position as Satchidananda Vigraha, and fully conscious of the Supreme Lord's position. At least theoretically we should know. And then we have to practice on that. That is that. That is Mai Sarva. Then once we understand that, then we have to work on it, practice on that platform. That means offering our activities, dovetailing our activities. So as you mentioned, so yes, we should take care of the family, we should do our job, because as soon as we are entering into Grihastha Ashram, then we should serve them, because that's why as soon as after we entered, then we should take care of it nicely. That means we should see that everything is in relation with Krishna. Krishna has given the opportunity to connect together with the family, connect together with friends, community, wherever we are. And then we should see everything in relation with Krishna and serve them, but without looking attached to the result. That's what Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa. Nirasi, without expecting result. Nirasi means, Asya means desire for results. Nirasa means without looking at the results. And Prabhupada gives example. As you are working in a bank, you may be as a cashier, as a teller, you take money, so you count, you deposit with your manager, you deposit in the wallet, vault. But you don't take that money. You just count. Sometimes you may somebody is asking for withdrawal instead of deposit. You give to them. So, but it's not counted whether it's positive or negative, loss or credit. So we are not, the person who is working is not worried at that result. He's just carrying on the duty of a job given by his manager, his boss, whoever it is. Same way, so we should carry the duty, because obviously manager will give the salary so for your work, but we don't need to expect in return. Whatever we receive, we should understand that this is the mercy of Krishna. This is because everything is coming from Krishna. He is the source. He is the original source. That is the first and foremost fundamental knowledge we need to have. Because that is the problem why this war has happened. Whether it's Jarasandha, Duryodhana, or the Dhritarashtra, the problem is with first of all the association. They're all after that, especially trying to be independent. Trying to, that aspect also Prabhupada is mentioning in the last paragraph or so. The fundamental problem with all of us, and more we can see from Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, they want to be independent. They want to act in independence against the principles of religion, against the principles of scripture, against the dharma given by the Supreme Lord, and against the Supreme Lord's instructions, spiritual master's instructions. His father's instructions. Vyasadeva is his own father, Dhritarashtra's father. He has given, because Vyasadeva is the one, he has also instructed, the same person is instructed Pandavas also. But they took it in a right perspective. But whereas we can see by the association of the devotees, by the association of the wrong people, Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, we can see. So that's why the consciousness, the knowledge is one aspect. Knowledge must be there. So, especially transcendental knowledge, understanding who we are, understanding the Supreme Lord position, and then without expecting result, we should perform our duties. We should perform our duties. As we perform more and more, there could be difficulties because a situation may come up because of our own karma. But Krishna will make sure that we are protected, as he is protected Pandavas, even though they have gone through so many difficulties. As he protected even Mrugari hunter, as he protected even the demon son, Prahlad Maharaj, as he protected, including Narada Muni. Narada Muni, when he was born, he was a son of a Sudra, and he doesn't have anybody. His mother doesn't have much money. He is working, serving others and getting money or milk and whatever, basic things to just sustain the life. And then Narada Muni was serving by the association of the devotees, Bhakti Vedantis. He associated with them for 4 months, he served them, he heard from them, so he received the knowledge, but also he served them, he followed the instructions with faith and sincerity, with that, and following the instruction and implementing, putting in action. So that's what, without expecting in return. He didn't expect, if I serve them, they are going to, because he was poor, he didn't expect in return that I am going to get some money back or I am going to get something in return. No, he simply out of his love, he just served without expecting anything. Anything anya abhilashita sunyam jnana karmadi anavadam. So that should be our motive. whenever we are serving. So that's why the material relationships will not be generally, it gives different kinds of distresses, different kinds of problems when it is not executed in relation with Krishna. That's what we can see from Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra. So the whole, we'll see in Srimad Bhagavatam, example after example, different pastimes, how those who are not in relation with Krishna acting, how they are always envious, Grahamedis, because they are not nothing in relation with Krishna, they are thinking. They are always thinking about themselves, so and the results, they are attached to the results. So in this way they are getting controlled by the external energy. They are after this actual, the Lakshmi Devi, but the real, so the real energy, who is the source of real energy? Lakshmi Devi is always serving the Supreme Lord. So we should be understanding who is the source. So that way, here it is mentioned, Nirasi Nirmamo Bhutva. Nothing belongs to me. So this everything belongs to Supreme Lord. This is the first and fundamental point. Even the Chatusloki Bhagavad-Gita also first one. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bodha bhava samanvita. That is the first point. In order for us to perfect our renunciation, first and foremost thing, we should be always checking this first and foremost. Every day we have to be reminded of ourselves. That's why we put tilak. That is another, because we are always reminded by seeing tilak that we are servant of Krishna. The tulsi is there at the bottom because that is reminding us that we are not independent. We are dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord and His devotees like Tulsi Maharani. That's why we put tilak, to make us remind ourselves as a servant of the Lord. So that because otherwise the material energy, external energy is working so strong. Devi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya. Very difficult. So that is why this fundamental knowledge must be there. There shouldn't be expectation of results, because the results will be given automatically as manager is giving to the cashier teller. Even for whatever duty he is giving, he will get. Same as Krishna also will not give. Whenever we are offering bhoga to Supreme Lord, he is not eating. We are not like Raghunandan, great devotee of the Lord. He was crying for the Lord to take whole bhoga, then the Lord has eaten everything. Because his father told you have to offer like this, and he put in front of the Lord, he didn't take anything. So the Lord has eaten with his eyes, but he kept the whole thing. So then he was crying, hey, my father will scold me. I am supposed to offer and you are supposed to eat, and what did you do? You are not eating. Then with his love and affection, he was so small boy. Then Lord came personally and ate the whole thing, whole plate was empty. The father was astonished when they came back and he said, no, are you cheating? He really offered. So we can see that is an extraordinary devotee. But otherwise Lord accepts his offer. Whatever we are offering, he is accepting. But he is giving back the whole thing, because how he is eating everything by his eyes. So that is opulence. That is one of the mystic power. Krishna is fully potent, all his bodily parts, everything. There is nothing material about the Lord's body, Lord's form, Lord's activities. So this is the first and foremost fundamental knowledge we need to have. Aham sarvasya prabho, as it mentioned, Mai sarvani karmani. So the first one is, we all have a fruitive mentality. That is everything. Whenever we either come to either before devotion service, before entering into temple also, in ordinary duties, every day to day, in our life, in our goals, in our desires, we are always after, okay, I want to get this, get that, so I want to buy this, buy that, something, always looking for some fruitive results. Day after day, week after week, life after life is going on. But even when we are entering into devotion service, also we are expecting something in result. We want this, Krishna, I have come, I have spent my time and started chanting. Still, my job is not improved. I didn't get bonus. I didn't get promotion. Or so many different aspects, different thought process devotees has. So this is all right. The beginning stage, yes, we all may have. But slowly and gradually that should be removed, because that is what perfection of renunciation means. Because Krishna is not going to take away everything, because he has everything. Why will he take away from you? living in it, he will not take away. Rather, he is coming here in one day of Brahma to share his opulence and take us back to the spiritual world where the original place is, where our original forms are there. What is our original form? What relation, what rasa we have with the Supreme Lord? All those, all our family members, everybody is there. The original place is there in the spiritual world. That is the 3/4 of the whole Brahmana. This is the 1/4, this material world. That also, so we can say that is also mystic power. By simply is glancing and the whole material world is getting created. Not even Krishna is involved. Krishna's expansion, Mahavishnu, that's why in the universal form 11th chapter you can see Krishna showed his Narayana form also. Narayana is the source of all these Purusha avatars, Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu and Kshirodaka. These 3 Mahavishnus are called Purusha avatars from whom this creation is happening. This material universe are coming out from his breathing. So that you can understand how much mystic power Krishna has. This is not even directly involved in creation. So that's why we have to first gain the knowledge. But we are after, in India especially, people are after this. Somebody is producing some kind of things. So Prabhupada is giving his example. One of his teacher used to have a lot of mystic power. He used to, okay, you sit here, you want what? Grapes? Okay, so it will be there. Go to the other room and see, it is there. And then they used to find the grapes. So that this is ordinary prapti siddhi, one of the 9 mystic siddhis that living entity can attain. But these are all material, these are all temporary, within this material world only. It's not going to go beyond to the from material world to spiritual world. Nothing is going to transform us. We are not going to come out of this birth, death, old age, disease through the mystic powers, mystic yoga. So that we have to serve the supreme mystic, who is the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So that's the fundamental knowledge we need to have. That we have to give up this karma, so fruitive mentality, fruitive activities, fruitive mentality. That conception must be given up. That is the first 6 chapters are predominantly talking about that only. That's what this 3.30 specifically enhancing that aspect is. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma cheto nirasi nirmamo bhutva sanyasya vikata jvaraha. Give up your lethargy, give up your false pride, false ego, and give up your desire. Oh, what will happen to my kingdom? What will happen? Oh, this destruction of dynasty, sinful act. So many reasons Arjuna was giving. He is telling all of us also. We are also expecting something in return. We also have a fear. As like the child in the beginning stage, when you give him a bicycle, even though it has 3 legs, it has support. He will not fall down because it has the support. Both on back side also you have extra 2 wheels to support. But still, first time when in the beginning they will have a lot of fear. Then the parent holds them and then gives them practice. As they go through, then that fear is gone after a few days, few months. That kind of fear is there in all of us. We have a fear of death, fear of many other things. Even our children also will have some kind of fear, because all these fears are when we don't have the perfect knowledge, when we don't have full faith in the Supreme Lord, when we don't have full knowledge, full understanding, not only theoretical knowledge, the realization aspect. That means first we have to experience that knowledge. We have to experience it. Then that knowledge becomes Vijnana. Jnana becomes Vijnana when we experience it. So that is the problem when we have is we don't have the experiences. We don't have first of all knowledge. Even if we have knowledge of Bhagavad-Gita, and that comes with association of devotees, those who have a strong faith, those who are advanced, when we are hearing, when we are associating, like Narada Muni associated with Bhakti Vedantis, he didn't think, by serving them, what will I gain? I don't even have proper food and milk and this and that. What will I gain by serving them? So he's not expecting, they will give money or they will give something, some material thing just is going to solve my problem of sustenance. He didn't think. Rather, they are also very merciful. So Supreme Lord also very merciful. And another story I was remembering now. The mystic yoga, mystic aspect. Lord, so devotees are even more merciful than the Lord, Supreme Lord. And especially the Chaitanya Charitamrita is postgraduate. Bhagavad-Gita is foundational knowledge. Bhagavatam is postgraduate. Further, the practice after you finish PhD, You do a project, this Chaitanya Siddhamrita is like that. So where it is explained, every aspect, every relation, so every point, different kinds of characteristics are enhanced by giving an example. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu travels to South India, and then he takes Kaliya Krishnadas or Kala Krishnadas, Lord's associate. He was a devotee associate of the Lord. So with him he was there, and then he travels with the Lord. At one point in Varanasi, in Benares, then they are called gypsies, these mystics. They can do anything and everything. They can attract you by their mystic power. They can pull you in if you are not strong, especially. These tantrics, most of us have seen this in India especially. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling, then he came to that area, Benares, Varanasi area. Then these gypsies were there, these mystics were there. Then this Kaliya Krishnadas, somehow or the other, they used the power, they used their mystic power and attracted him, and the Kaliya Krishnadas was attracted by the woman and attracted by all of their mystic power, and he was pulled into. And then by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand what has happened, because Kali Krishnadas didn't come back. And then he could understand what is happening, how this mystic, these gypsies has created havoc in his mind, in his thought process. Whole is complete, his faith has shattered. So if we are not strong enough, so it is very, very easy to get succumb to so many onslaught of this material nature, this sexual energy. So that's why the association of devotees, strong association of devotees, strong faith in the Supreme Lord, taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord is very, very, very important. So then Mahaprabhu thinking that immediately, then by his power, by his power, then they were using, even they tried to kill Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then by his power, even those weapons, whatever they are using, they went back and hit them itself in return. Rather, they couldn't hurt Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then rather killed their heads become, cut by the same weapons they tried to get. And then Mahaprabhu has taken Kali Krishnadas brought back to Jagannath Puri, where Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has travelled from Jagannath Puri to all the South India, all the way Vizag and so Godavari, Rajahmundry and Srirangam, so many places, the whole India Mahaprabhu travels. And when he comes back, then understanding is about, then he rejects Kali Krishnadas. So then Mahaprabhu doesn't want to associate with him because of his behavior. He was not he didn't follow fully the instructions of Mahaprabhu. Then the mercy of his devotees is even more merciful. His devotees are even more. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu is the Lord Krishna's first expansion. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. The confidential incarnation appeared 500 years ago. Is mentioned in Vishnu Sahasranam, mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Many of the Puranas is mentioned. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parsana Ignai Sankirtanai Prayajanti Sumedasa. Krishna will appear in not in a blackish blue, Krishna, golden color. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Sangopan, and he doesn't appear with his weapons. He appears with his Mridanga, Kartal, is all his associates, and performs Sankirtana Yajna. For Kali Yuga, that is the holy name. Chanting of the holy name is the Yuga Dharma of this age. In this way, so here Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initially protected, he brought back, but then so he rejected him to show his example, because he is a strict sannyasi. So he wants to show by his example. He wants to teach a lesson. We must be strict in our devotions, or we must be strict in our sadhana. We must be strict in our regulative principles. That's what it is. Nirasi nirmamo mutta Sanyasya Vigata Jwara. That means we have to also give up the faulty association, especially those we shouldn't intimately associate with those who are too much always talking negative things, always they want to be, keep on drinking or keep on sleeping, all and the bad habits. we shouldn't spend too much intimate association with them. We should give up that kind of association, because that causes a great disturbance in our life also, because that's what is happening with Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. Otherwise, same personalities were there. Krishna himself went, Vyasadeva went, so they never served Brahmanas. Pandavas are, from the beginning they were serving Daumya and Vyasadeva. Whenever guests are coming, even when they are in the forest also, they are always serving. But we can see from Duryodhana, even though when they are trying to serve with a cheating mentality, then what will you get in return when you are serving with cheating mentality? He wants to serve Durvasmani to do something for Pandavas. Basically, he wants to bring them from incognito, or he wants to give a trouble to Pandavas. He wants to give a trouble to devotees through Durvasmani. So that's why he feeds nicely, he takes care of Durvasmani nicely, and then he asks for a boon, and so that story we know. So that's why, with what mentality, that also we have to be very careful. When we are serving devotees, when we are doing devotion service, with what consciousness we are serving. Externals is not important, it's all about internals. With what consciousness, how we want to please Krishna, we want to please devotees, really, or we want to please our own our mind, please our own desires. We want to fulfill our own desires, or we want to get some name, fame, puja, pratishtha. So then it's not going to help us. So that is a very, very important. That's what Duryodhana wanted. Give trouble to others. Devotee means we must be very, very compassionate, even to the envious. So there is Kali Krishnadas. Then when Lord rejected Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda Pandit, and then two others, four of them, four devotees, gave their mercy. Lord Nityananda Prabhu especially is very merciful, more merciful than the Supreme Lord. So he showered his mercy, and then he sent, they devised a plan. So they sent Kali Krishnadas to Navadvip, where because Mahaprabhu appeared there, and Advaita Acharya, his mother was there, Mother Sachi Mata. So obviously she was feeling distressed because his son has taken sannyas. So then they sent him there to serve Sachi Mata, to be in the association of Advaita Acharya, and then also to explain all the travels of South India of Mahaprabhu, what and all happened, what did Mahaprabhu do, all the South India Yatra. So because of that, Kali Krishnadas went there by their mercy of devotees. So he went there and told, explained all these pastimes, narrated all the pastimes to others. Everybody was happy and so blissful in that association, and that's how this Chaitanya Charitamrita, actual 6 years of Madhya Leela, Mahaprabhu's traveling in South India, that the whole pastimes are all because Kali Krishna has told, explained, narrated. So in that way, so all these things has come about. They are able to. We have a record today's Chaitanya Charitamrita because of this. So in this way, we can see. So by the mystic power of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we protected from these ordinary material mystics, mystic tantrics and mystics of these Bhatta Haris. They are called Bhatta Haris. You can check in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The whole pastime is explained. How these mystics were always being captured either by fruitive activities or by this mystic, because in India especially, nowadays a little bit tough maybe, but in the previous days, everybody is after this attraction. Somebody produces something, then they are after. Somebody cures some disease, then they are after that he is God. Then they try to worship him. In so many different ways we see in India, people very much attracted by all these kind of qualities. But that is not what real God means. Bhagavad-Gita Krishna is clearly explaining what we shouldn't fall for. So what he is, who he is, what is his position, what is his qualities, how this material world is working. Everything is Krishna is explaining. So that way the foundational knowledge is not there. So that's why people are after this fruitive activities, people are after this mystic, different kinds of siddhis, different kinds of perfections and speculations. That also we have to give up. That's why here it is mentioned, nirasi nirmamo bhutva, sanyasya. That means we have to give up this faulty association of Duryodhana Dhritarashtra as. So that will become the starting point of perfection of renunciation. So that will create an actual transcendental opulence in our life. Real blissfulness, the happiness The real morality, the dharma, morality, what Krishna's body, Krishna, everything is dharma, because dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Whatever Krishna says, whatever Krishna does, everything is dharma. When we are trying to serve Krishna, then obviously we will not be able, will not deviate from dharma, because Krishna is there. That's why he is mentioning next. After explaining everything is coming from Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, then obviously, and then you are understanding this knowledge, then the faith, the practical, we see that we perceive the realization, we practically experience the results of associating with devotee, results of this transcendental knowledge that becomes Vijnana. Then automatically we will be discussing about Krishna and his glories and his opulences with others. Matyatta madgata prana bolayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. That's why here Sanjaya before. So all these are correlated. You can see before this verse what Sanjaya is speaking. Sanjaya is saying samsmritya. Two verses repeating again and again. He is choked up and is feeling so blissful. He is telling, my hair is standing on end, I am getting shivering. So much in bliss of hearing this samvad, the conversation between Arjuna and Krishna, the whole 700 plus verses of Bhagavad-Gita. But we are not in that state. We are also hearing. We also heard Bhagavad-Gita. But we are not in that state. That means the knowledge is not, we are being not receptive enough. We still have another, we still have our faith is weak, our association, we still have faulty association, we are still after this fruitive mentality, expecting something in return. So all these aspects are there. So all these things slowly and gradually we have to enhance, we have to remove those things and enhance our actual dependence on the Supreme Lord. We have to be dependent on the Supreme Lord. We shouldn't become independent of the Lord. So that's what here Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana became independent of the Lord. Otherwise, if when the Lord has come, why did Duryodhana try to bind Krishna? Because he thinks that he is independent. So that's what. And Dhritarashtra also, he wants to be independent. He didn't accept as a dependence. So that means he doesn't have all his knowledge is gone. Theoretically he may have, but the faith is not there. The trust is not there. So that's why that means association of devotees is very important. With advanced devotee, then that builds up trust, faith, and then practically we'll be able to see our the experiences. We'll be able to experience the actual transformation of what Bhagavad-Gita is talking about. As you can see, Narada has experienced the transformation by simply receiving and hearing and serving these Bhakti Vedantis. Prahlad Maharaj, within the womb itself, he has received the knowledge from Narada Muni and he has experienced it itself. That's why he is able to talk Matchitta Madgata Prana. Like that, Prahlad Maharaj went and spoke with all his classmates. Hiranyakashipu said, okay, teach him all Vedas and everything. How to be a demon, how to be enjoyer in this world. So that's what Hiranyakashipu wants, bed of gold. So how to enjoy in this material world. Let me be the master, let me be the enjoyer. But Prahlad Maharaj rather acted oppositely. He rather taught all of these demon boys, school boys, about the Lord Vishnu's position and what the position of the living entity, everything Prahlad Maharaj explained, opposite. So even only a small child, because by the power of the association of Narada Muni, he heard, because that is the power of the association of the Sadhu Sangha. So that's why it is very important. So the Matchitta, then we should discuss. Yes, you hear, but then you don't read, go home and read, neither you discuss, neither you associate. So this is in order for us to receive, practically realize it, practically transform our heart, then you must associate regularly. You must regularly. Otherwise we can fall down. Even at as we advance also we can fall down. As we can see from what is the name, Bharat Maharaj fall down from Baba position. He was attached, became deer. Because he didn't take the association at the time, he didn't consult, he didn't take association of pure devotee of the Lord. So that's why the pure devotees association is very important throughout our life. As well as Prabhupada is explaining, even if we are not so much in following with the spiritual master, but we should be very sincere and praying to the Lord and engage in devotion service. That is a must. devotional service to the Supreme Lord at home. If we are not able to come to Him, that's fine. At least at home we should sincerely serve the Lord, offer whatever we have. That's what Mai Sarvani Karmani means. Even in the 18th chapter also we can see before verses 66 to 67, after Sarvadharman Paricheda, or before or after. Sarva Karmani iti sada, like a couple of verses are there explaining the same aspects, because this 18th chapter is talking about, first of all, talking about karma sannyas. Yes, people at the first level, they have they want to perform activity, they want to go become big, millionaire, they want to enjoy, they want to have all the opulences, they want to nicely have everything, all facilities, so go on, but little devotion, little here and there, whenever they get opportunity, they want to offer something, so that's how they want. So slowly, that is the mentality we have. So alright, so you start in that way, but we develop or increase our attachment to Krishna. Slowly, gradually detach yourself within our heart. Detach from the results. Result doesn't belong to us. Everything belongs to you. That way, gradually, that means knowledge and association is very important. Then that mentality will be removed. That's why it is called karma sannyas. That whatever fruity mentality, we have to give up that kind of mentality and attitude. That is the section 1 of chapter 18. And then he goes beyond that further. So the jnana and mystic, the mystic opulences, and then mystic mental speculations. We also have many times we speculate things in our own way. So I can do this, I don't need to hear. So we may be caught up with our work, caught up with the different difficulties, then we don't want to take any guidance. Neither we take guidance, because we have to read regularly Shastra. Even if we don't take guidance from, then we will be able to, Krishna will give indication, intelligence. That's what he is mentioning. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvam dadami buddhi yogantam yenamam upayantate. He will give intelligence within the heart. When you are surrendered, when you are dependent on Him, that's when He will give intelligence. When you are associating with devotees, when you are associating with book Bhagavata, person Bhagavata, so Prabhupada is translating, the Acharya's commentaries are there. When you are associating with them, sincerely seeking guidance within your heart, when you are sincere and surrendered, then even though we may not be in the association of spiritual master or advanced devotees all the time, but still Lord will give guidance. But first, that seeking mentality, that surrender, that sincerity must be there on an everyday basis. Our prayers must be there everyday basis. Then we should not only prayers, but we should have a tendency to change our heart, tendency to change our habit, tendency to change our desires. We should understand these are the desires I have. Is it good to have this desire or not? Is it as per the scriptures? Is it not? Is it helping me, first of all, in our material life? Is it enhancing my relationship, or it is rather creating trouble, having these desires? So all these things must be understood. So then we will be able to come out of these things very easily. We shouldn't give up anything artificially. Rather, everything will be renounced based on this transcendental knowledge. So the karma sannyas, then jnana sannyas, yoga sannyas, then automatically we come into the pure bhakti. When give up, because bhakti is tinged with this fruitive activity, bhakti is tinged with speculations. Yes, I can chant any way I like, sometimes on beat, sometimes I do multitask, sometimes I watch computer, I can do so many different, this is just I am giving an example. I can do whatever. What is the problem in drinking coffee? What is the problem in going to gambling? So we will have all kinds of speculation in the beginning. But all these are against Shastra, because it's going to pollute our mind. Our consciousness getting affected by taking intoxicant, whether coffee, even the simple small things. But it gets, the mind is not in our control. Senses are not in, that's why we have to get out of those, even those small things. So there, but much more. Krishna is speaking much more advanced than that, not just ordinary coffee, tea, giving up. Even much more. That means we have to give up these material tendencies of becoming the independent of the Supreme Lord, becoming the enjoyer of this world. Rather, we should offer everything, especially in the summer. Lord likes so everything, whatever fresh fruits. We get so many fruits, we should offer. But minute we see, oh, I like, my wife likes, this is what. So or when you are, especially summer, everybody is planting, yes, I like this, oh, my house should be beautified with all this plant, this, that. No, the thought process itself should be this should be, if I offer this to the Lord, then that becomes, it's so nice. That should be the thought process. When we go to grocery shop, when we see a flower shop, wherever we go, that should be the thought process. Even when we go for shopping also, we should see, what can I buy, what can I offer? Yes, after you offer, then you can wear it. That's what in the olden days, if you remember, I remember very clearly, we used to take, even if it is shirt, pant, also we used to take and touch with the Lord, and then you take it, and then you wear it. You put all these characteristics, all this culture is given in the olden days, because the idea is surrounded by, must be in the service of the Supreme Lord. Nothing is independent of the Supreme Lord. Even though we celebrate birthday, that also will be we do puja, sit in front of the Lord, do puja. That is gone now. The actual puja to the Lord is gone. Everything else is became the primary. So all these things must be understood clearly. That's what it means. We have to give up these speculations, give up these tendencies, the various desires. Desire must be to how to please the Supreme Lord, how to offer whatever we have. Small things, even if it's a minute things, but the sincerity with the love and affection. So that's what here it is mentioned. Tesham satatayuktana bhajatam priti purvakam. When somebody is living entity is offering with their sincerity in the heart, then automatically Krishna is reciprocating. He is giving intelligence. He will protect that person at any cost. So sometimes the devotees may, if it is advanced devotee, to establish how Lord protects, to glorify, sometimes they may go through different difficulties, like Srila Prabhupada had to go to 3 heart attacks. So many years he had to spend so much hard struggle to establish movement, establish this whole preaching, the translation of this Bhagavad-Gita, write all these books. It took many years. He had to struggle many years. Because to establish, to glorify Supreme Lord has different plans. So ultimately Prabhupada is being glorified because the pure devotee has done extraordinary work despite so many inconveniences. He was always equal to even the envious people also. Even within his movement, so many were envious. Within his Gaudiya Mutt also, so many his own god brothers was envious of him, becoming popular, so many mission is expanded. But he was always even seeking their guidance. He was trying to bring them to this mission, trying to, okay, you take the credit, I don't need to take the credit, we all should work together. Even when he left also, this is one of the mission he has given to my spiritual master, Prabhupada has given, instructed. You create this Gaudiya Saraswat Mutt and then try to unite all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, even though they might be different mutts, bring them unite together and try to work together. So Prabhupada has a huge plans, and he always equal to all. He is telling we don't need to change. If somebody is Christian, somebody is Muslim, whatever their faith, they can be on the same. They don't need to change their faith. Rather, they should understand how to execute the will of the Lord, how to be in the consciousness of the Lord, how to become the dependent on the Lord. This is what Prabhupada's, all his instructions are based on that. He never asked to change somebody's religion, somebody's faith. Rather, he is mentioning all about the highest dharma, understanding within the same, wherever you are. You don't need to change your position, time, so your whatever, whether engineer or doctor, whatever situation, grihastha, vanaprastha, we don't need to change any of that. Rather, how to utilize things what we have in the service of Krishna. So that's what here it means. Krishna will give intelligence within the heart for those who are sincerely seeking, sincerely trying to serve, sincerely giving up their tendencies, these unwanted desires, unwanted fruitive mentality. Because that is not going to help us in long run, especially as most of us are in IT job. Yes, we have all kinds of some ideas, some goals. Yes, goals are good. We try to work hard, we try to present whatever. But if it doesn't happen, leave that to Krishna. We shouldn't be so much caught up with that, this desire, this didn't happen. That should be left to Krishna. That is not our jurisdiction. That is Krishna's worry. Our worry is to work. Our worry is to not give up the laziness. That's what most of us have, this laziness. That's what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Give up your lethargy and fight. Sanyasya vigata jvara means give up your laziness, fury mentality, give up and fight, get up and fight. You have all kinds of speculations. I don't want to fight because of these reasons. So we also have the same sometimes tendencies. We don't want to follow the devotion. Sometimes it's too tired today, or why should I chant? Let me make up tomorrow. So let me not here, let me not. Tomorrow I can read Bhagavad-Gita, or on the weekend I'll read. Let me do all other things. All other priorities will come into picture. So this way always we should be careful. More we become lazy, minute we become lazy, then immediately material nature is ready to capture us. Our senses, our intelligence, our mind, everything gets affected. So that's why it's very important to follow in the morning. As soon as we get up in the morning, we should try to chant, try to read, whatever time, start with some time, 10 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day, little time for chanting, little time for reading Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. It enhances our intelligence. Then we'll be able to make right judgment. We'll be able to give up unwanted things. Otherwise, it can never happen. It takes many millions of lifetimes. Even though we might be in the association, because we are taking it very cheaply. The association, we take it cheaply. We take the Lord also. Yes, Bhagavad-Gita is there, Krishna is there. Yes, the theoretical knowledge, but it never is not coming into practice. So that's what Krishna is here is mentioned. Those who are sincere, Tesham Satatektanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam, with love and affection, constantly. If somebody has love, especially if somebody is married, and then she has a lover, then how careful she wants to make sure that extramarital relationship is not visible. So she takes care of the duties even more carefully. So to make sure that doesn't create a problem. So even more carefully. In that way, we have to be very careful. With so much absorption, we should be in the service of the Supreme Lord. In our service, in our sincerity, with love. So much as the mother loves the kids, even if they are against. So even nowadays maybe that's not there, but in the olden days at least, mother is always, even if they are not serving them, they left parents, but still always mother is trying to feed, even at 30, 40, 50 years old also. Mother is trying to feed, trying to serve, trying to help, whatever. So whatever capacity, that is the nature of the mother. She doesn't look at positive or negative. She is always trying to serve. That is the nature. But the Supreme Mother, Supreme Father, Krishna, so he has even more so loving nature to us. So that's why more we serve, then the Lord will reciprocate. Tesham evan kampardam aham ajnana. More mercifully, Lord is more compassionate. Even somebody is not educated, somebody is not so much knowledgeable, not philosophy, understand philosophy. But still Krishna is telling, I am going to remove all the unwanted things. Tesham evan kampardam aham ajnana jantam. Nasayam atmavastu jnana deepena vastuta. By torchlight, by putting a lamp in your heart, remove all the ignorance and bring the living entity to the light. In this way, Krishna is explaining throughout this Bhagavad-Gita in the beginning, 6 chapters. The 3.30 is the concluding verse, an important verse, and then in the middle 6 chapters, 12th chapter is very important, and also in the 11th chapter. So in almost all the 6 chapters, middle 6 chapter very, very important. So 1155 is also Mat Karma Kran Mat Paramo, Mat Bhakta Sangha Varjita. There also same aspect is it. Mat Karma Kran Mat Paramo. Mat Paramo means working for Krishna. Mat Bhakta become his devotee. Sangha Varjita, that means you have to give up faulty association. Nirvaira Sarva Bhuteshu. You should be equal to all. You shouldn't be envious of any living entity. Nirvaira Sarva Bhuteshu, equal to all living entity. Mameti Pandava. So he becomes very dear to Krishna. He becomes, so you will attain Krishna. The same thing is explained. So again in this Chatusloki Bhagavad-Gita also. And then finally is concluding in this verse, we can see that the real perfection of renunciation means we have to give up all these tendencies. Main thing is the dependent on the Lord and his devotees constantly, day after day, week after week, despite whatever situation we are in. Doesn't matter. We should be praying to the Lord. We should take protection of the Lord and his devotees, and regularly read, regularly chant, and take the association. So then the faith will increase. Then we will go from one stage to another stage of devotion life, and then that will increase. That will give the blissfulness. Real bliss will come from devotion service, from our offering everything to Krishna. Whatever we see, whether it's small fruits, vegetables, whatever we are eating, whatever we are working, whatever we have. If you are working in pharmacy, whatever we are doing, whatever work we are doing, we can offer those kind of things. The result, if you are a painter, if you are a carpentry, whatever skill we have, we can offer. Whether we are kirtaniya, whatever we have quality, all those skills must be utilized, dovetailed. Then all our desires also will be, the unwanted desires will be automatically purified automatically, because we are offering, because that's what Krishna is explaining. Since we are not so much strong like Parikshit Maharaj, just by one hearing itself, 7 days he was able to absorb and he is able to go back to Godhead. But we are not like that. That's why we need all 9 kinds of devotion, everything, almost most of the aspects we need. We need to engage in all of them. Hearing, chanting, remembering. So all these aspects, we should use our hands, legs, we should use our mind, we should use our everything, all the senses. Then we will be able to capture by the Supreme Lord's senses. Otherwise, we will be captured with the material energy. Because even one sense goes away, one sense distracts us, then the whole, everything gets spoiled. Just like our sense of hearing is always somewhere else. Then we are attracted by some material sounds, material music. Then we can never be focused. We will not be focused in service to the Supreme Lord, thinking of the Lord. So like that, one sense, that's why all these senses must be as much as possible, initially at least, gradually. Then we become strong, then it's alright. At that point we will become dependent on the Lord. So that's why it is mentioned like Amrish Maharaj is the expert in this, offering everything, using everything in Krishna's service. So that is the real perfection of renunciation. Then automatically the devotee is there, Lord is there, that full knowledge, practical knowledge, realized knowledge. Then that is the perfection of renunciation. That is what, then automatically you will have opulence, you will have victory, you will have full of morality, you will have extraordinary power. Whether you look at Pandavas, whether you look at Amrish Maharaj, whether you look at Narada Muni, whether you look at Mrugari, hunter, so every one of them, Dhruva Maharaj, all the examples we can see, whoever approached the Lord, they perfected their yoga with uniting with Krishna. Then automatically they all went through one stage after another stage, and they perfected. So in that way we also need to follow and then perfect our renunciation, internal renunciation. Nothing is external. Krishna nowhere is talking about external renunciation. It's all about internally. Attachment to the result. That means you should take your salary. If somebody is giving bonus, you should take. Krishna is not telling renounce, give, tell them to give away. No, Krishna is telling, yes, you take it, but you rather offer. So you try to utilize in Krishna service, at home, at temple, wherever. How much ever you can, within your capacity. Yes, you should maintain your family, whatever is needed, yes, you can use those. But as much as possible, because even you are offering your bhoga to the Supreme Lord, so engaging your kids in Krishna service, all this becomes devotional service. So whatever opulence you have, everything becomes purified. So that's what Krishna consciousness means. It is not something different. It's a natural activity, just a dovetailing aspect, how we see things, what consciousness we execute. So that's what really this perfection of renunciation means. There's many levels, but we are just talking at least the foundational level. So with that, we'll stop here. If you have any questions, we can try to understand. Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. One minute, Ashish Prabhu, yeah, go ahead. Ashish Karna Prabhu. Yes, yeah. Yes. After next week is Jagannath Snana Yatra, so we'll be starting again week after or 2 weeks after. I'm thinking to have some Kalparuksha Prabhu's Kirtan, so we'll see whether. But definitely we are starting Bhagavad-Gita again from the beginning. Yes. Okay. Yes, Tuesday, June 2nd, Tuesday is Ekadasi. Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi, that means complete fasting. Especially if you have broken your fasting, any Ekadasi you didn't follow, then we should try to observe that Nirjala fasting. Okay, somebody else has question?
So next Friday, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So next Friday there is a class, Prabhu?
Next Friday, they may not be, because next Friday is, I think Jagannath Snani Yatra is there, actual day of Jagannath Snani Yatra. Saturday we have big celebration going on in the temple. So most likely we may not have, but I'll post it accordingly. Most likely next week we will not have. I'll try to see if we can arrange a Kirtan, Kalpavruksha Prabhu's Kirtan, I'm trying to see, but I have to check his schedule. So anything else? Any questions? Everything is understood, clear?
So for the beginners, for the latecomers who have joined, so you will be announcing it later, right?
Which one?
So from the beginning you are doing the Bhagavad-Gita.
Yes, Bhagavad-Gita will start again from chapter 1, verse number 1 after 2 weeks. After 1 week or 2 weeks. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Okay, if you don't have any questions, we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Chandra, Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. Gopad ki jai.
Hare Krishna,
Namaste. Thank you, Hare Krishna.